Europe isn't exactly what it claims to be. It proudly calls itself a continent, but technically, it's just a fancy peninsula of Asia. And here's the fun part. Behind its castles and cathedrals, Europe hides some seriously weird facts. Countries tinier than airports, cities in Africa that belong to Europe, and yes, an actual desert. Think you know Europe? Let's put that to the test. The smallest country on Earth isn't an island in the Pacific. It's right in the heart of Europe. Vatican City sits entirely inside Rome and covers just 0.44 square kilometers. That's smaller than most international airports. In fact, you could walk around the entire country in less than an hour. Not bad for the spiritual center of over 1 billion people. Europe doesn't just have one tiny country. It has several. Alongside Vatican City, there's Monaco, San Marino, Liechtenstein, and Andorra. All of them are fully independent nations, but many are smaller than an average city. And yet, these microstates have their own governments, laws, and borders. Talk about tiny but mighty. Some countries spend billions on defense. Liechtenstein spends nothing. This tiny alpine nation doesn't have an army at all. Its defense is officially handled by Switzerland. And here's the fun part. The last time Liechtenstein had a military conflict was in the 19th century. When its soldiers returned from war, they actually came back with one extra man, a friend they made on the way. Andorra is one of the strangest monarchies in the world. It doesn't have a king or a queen. It has 2 princes. One is the president of France. The other is a bishop from Spain. Yes, a tiny mountain nation is ruled by 2 leaders from 2 neighboring countries. And somehow, it works. Long before Italy was even a country, San Marino was already running as a republic. It was founded in the year 301 AD. That makes it the oldest existing republic in the world. While empires rose and fell around it, San Marino quietly kept its independence for more than 1,700 years. Not bad for a nation you can drive across in less than an hour. Between Croatia and Serbia, there's a small patch of land with a strange story. It's called Gornja Siga. Neither country officially claims it. In 2015, activists even declared it the Free Republic of Liberland. Of course, no one really recognizes it as an actual country. But technically, it's one of the few pieces of land on Earth that's unclaimed. Istanbul is often seen as a European city, but only about 1/3 of it is actually in Europe. The rest lies across the Bosphorus Strait, in Asia. It's the only major city in the world that literally spans 2 continents. A short ride across the bridge, and you've changed continents. Most people assume Greenland is part of Europe. After all, it's under the Kingdom of Denmark. But geographically, Greenland belongs to North America. It sits on the North American tectonic plate, thousands of kilometers away from mainland Europe. So yes, politically European, but geologically American. When people think of deserts, they picture Africa or the Middle East. But there's a real desert in Europe, too. It's called the Tabernas Desert, located in Andalusia, southern Spain. It's the only true desert on the continent. Its dramatic landscape has even been used as a filming location for famous Western movies. Yes, cowboy scenes in Europe. It's hard to imagine the Mediterranean Sea without water. But around 5 to 6 million years ago, it actually dried up. This event is known as the Messinian salinity crisis. For hundreds of thousands of years, the Mediterranean basin was a massive, scorching desert. Then the Atlantic Ocean broke through the Strait of Gibraltar and refilled it in a catastrophic flood. That moment shaped the Europe we know today. Far above the Arctic Circle lies Longyearbyen, the world's northernmost town. It's part of Norway's Svalbard archipelago, just 1,300 kilometers from the North Pole. Here, the sun doesn't rise for months in winter and doesn't set for months in summer. Residents even leave their doors unlocked in case someone needs quick shelter from a polar bear. At first glance, Sweden looks much bigger than Spain, and Finland seems to tower over France. Haha, but that's just the map playing tricks on you. In reality, Spain is about 100,000 square kilometers larger than Sweden, and France is roughly the same amount bigger than Finland. The reason? The Mercator projection, the map style that stretches everything near the poles. So the next time you look at Northern Europe and think, wow, that's huge, remember, the map is lying to you. You might think Europe and Africa are completely separate, but two Spanish cities, Ceuta and Melilla, sit right on the north coast of Morocco. They're fully part of Spain, complete with Spanish schools, laws, and even the euro. So technically, you can stand on African soil and still be inside Europe. A common mistake is thinking the European Union represents the whole continent, but that's not true. Several European countries aren't part of the EU, including Norway, Switzerland, and Iceland. And of course, United Kingdom left the EU in 2020. So while the EU covers most of Europe, it doesn't define it. You might think that joining the European Union means using the euro, but 7 EU countries still keep their own money. Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Denmark, Hungary, Poland, Romania, and Sweden. They're part of the EU, but not of the Eurozone. So when you travel across Europe, don't assume one currency fits all. Your wallet might need a few backups. Ready to test your pronunciation skills? There's a village in Wales with a name that's over 50 letters long. It's called Yes, that's the real name. And no, even most locals don't say the full version every day. Other countries have their own tongue twisters too, like in Finland and
Siemieniakowszczyzna.
in Poland. Europe's maps clearly love a challenge. If Wales wins for the longest name, Scandinavia takes the prize for the shortest. Across Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, there are around 15 villages with names just one letter long. Most are called Å, which means small brook or river in Scandinavian languages. And one is named Ö, meaning island in Swedish. It's probably the only time in history when you could type a country's place name faster than you can say it. Europe may be small, but it's a linguistic giant. Across the continent, people speak more than 200 different languages, yet only 24 of them are officially recognized by the European Union. Out of those, just 3, English, French, and German, are used as procedural languages in EU institutions. And while every country has its own native tongue, English remains the most widely spoken second language in Europe. Around 38% of Europeans can speak it. Forget long-haul flights. Scotland has one that lasts less than 2 minutes. It connects the Orkney Islands of Westray and Papa Westray. The distance? Just 2.7 kilometers. In perfect weather, the trip can take as little as 47 seconds. That's shorter than most safety announcements. Believe it or not, Iceland is one of the few places on Earth completely free of mosquitoes. You won't hear a single buzz, ever. Scientists say it's because the country's unique climate doesn't allow mosquito larvae to survive. The freezing winters come too quickly, and the short summers aren't warm enough for them to breed. Europe may look familiar on the map, but it's full of surprises once you look closer. Tiny countries, shifting borders, strange deserts, and even a place without mosquitoes. The continent never runs out of ways to surprise us. It's proof that no matter how well we think we know the world, there's always something new hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching. And if you learned something new today, don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating geography stories. See you in the next one.